Ambassador Reynaldo O. Arcilia, Dean of the College of International Relations, will now introduce our commencement speaker.
I don't know why I have to introduce him, given the reception that you guys gave him. But when our esteemed president, I will do away with greeting the very important people on days, because I know you are all eager, as I am, to listen to our distinguished commencement speaker. When our esteemed president asked me to introduce our commencement speaker, my first reaction was, wow, swerte ko naman. You see, this is not the first time I'm introducing our commencement speaker. As you may recall, last year I also introduced him during the 64th foundation anniversary of our school. And so I will not go through his biodata at this time, as customary. But the fact is, the whole country knows him already. And perhaps more importantly, what he stands for. But there is one fact that I would like to mention. He is a distinguished and outstanding alumnus of our beloved university. And so, ladies and gentlemen, and especially to our VIPs today, the graduates, His Excellency, His Honor, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down. May I pay my respects to Attorney Roberto Laurel, President, Dr. Peter Laurel, si Ma'am Sally, Attorney Mark Laurel, Dr. Conrad Iniego, and Paulo. How are you? I'll take care of you in Davao. You know, I'm late. I'm always late, actually, nowadays. I went to Novaliches to arrange a rally there with the leaders, the Moro people here, and I thought that it would take me a lifetime to reach this place, so I radioed for help at the chapter in one of the buildings. The chapter landed, and sabi ko, hindi ako talaga abot. And I told him, papatayin talaga ako ng mga laurel, pag hindi ako dumating dito. Well, I am your schoolmate. Early on, I had the choice of La Salle, Ateneo, and the other schools, but I choose to enroll in the Lyceum. You know why? Hinahabol ko yung mga the plus point of our generation. Nandoon kasi yung mga Lava Brothers, nandoon yung season, and teaching also was si David Lapos. I guess I was really out for something. You know, I became a radical because I come from Lyceum. Would you believe it? The subject that Maria Season was teaching us was political thought. And that's why he contaminated us early on. and we became the first kabataang Maka-BAYAN. You know, until now, if I make it, God willing, to the presidency, I will be the first left president in this country. And that's the reason why I raise my fist, because I am a member of Bayan. Bayan has always been my political party, but I am not a member of the Communist Party of the Philippines. I do not agree. They're too far left. I do not agree with the armed struggle and the killing of Filipinos. Magpatayan lang tayo kanya-kanyang ating bayan. But I am really a socialist. One, because we have experienced hardship in our lives. In 1948, my father decided to migrate to Mindanao in Davao City, and it was still a frontier land. It was a long, unwinding road of sacrifice. I remember vividly, in 1954, my father built a house in a wetland just at the back of the Ateneo de Davao. And you know what? Even at that time, no one would ever think that the wetlands were already in the hands or the title named after so many owners. But most of them were from Luzon, particularly in Manila. And it is not their fault, actually, for the simple reason that, at that time, the Bureau of Lands and whoever was taking care of the Department of Mindanao, that was the governing entity noon. And wala namang communications. Probably there was really a dearth of information coming in from the Manila government. And so most of the lands were given to Edith. We are opening up Mindanao for the taking. Baka gusto mo. So almost all taga rito. Hindi naman pumunta sa Visayas. Wala namang cellphone noon. And even the mails took them about a week to reach our place. So, not their fault, but that is how it was. And I grew up with a paradigm very limited sa aking environment. I grew up in a squatters area. Hindi naman sa lahat ng panahon. We improved our lot as the years went by. But ako, naranasan ko talaga yung kahirapan. So that is why naglaki ako ng ganun ang paningin ko. I could not have developed a mindset different from what I have now because sa formative years ko, doon ako sa squatters. And I learned the gutter language. And the idioms that I use are really reflective of just an improvement of what I learned sa aming neighborhood. That is why I can talk in pagka mag-sulti ko sa Ilonggo. Aray, Ilonggong re. Damo sa Ilonggo Lumaki kasi kami mixed. Davao City does not belong to any particular tribe. It is not the Visayans, it is not the Tagalogs, but a mix. And that is why this new generation, sumunod namin, they talk in and out Visayan, Tagalog. If you are not a Davaoeña or Davaoeño, you'd never understand the new generation. Alam nila mag-connect ng... No, they can say Tagalog in the first few lines, but continue with the Visayan. Mawawala ka. And that is the evolving dialect there in the southern part of our country. Mix kami, and we can talk in... Di kahambal ko sang Iloilo, daw believe sila sa ako na. Di Duterte na di Puga na. Ilonggo man kanina So you can see the crowd, especially those taken from Idrong. Spectacular, very spectacular. Pero if I can convert yung mga sinasabi na sa akin, that is another story. That is another story because, voting time is a very imponderable thing and anything can happen there. Vote buying, intimidation and all. Ako wala akong partido but I choose PDP because PDP is actually left-leaning. As a matter of fact, the PDP guys take their oath of office with the left hand and shake with the left hand. Ganon ang ni Pimentel. Pimentel is parang ganon rin, but not so. Kami yung sumunod mga radical. But I have been mayor of Davao City for the last 23 years. I started with Bayan. And I did well. For the reason that I was elected, I said, in 1988, and it's now 2016, and I'm still the mayor of Davao City. Wala ka man nakita. Ang pagka-socialista ko dito lang yan. Left of center or something. But I'm not really a hardcore anti-government. But I am a staunch critic of government. The abuses of government and the ineptness of government, and the government does not really care for the people. Alam mo, I take the posture of a radical. Sinasadya ko talaga yung bunga. I'm testing the elite. Because in this country, if you would notice, historically, there are about only few guys, the billionaires here in Manila, the Imperial Manila, to choose the president for us. Pag sinabi ng mga politiko, dito tayo, ha? Opo, congressman. O dito tayo. Opo. Dito tayo ngayon. Yes, sir. Bahala ka, sir. Why? Because we are fundamentally a feudal country. Kaya mainit. Why is it that there's so much killing during political exercises? Why do you think people kill the guys on the other side? Kasi nakatutok yung pag-asa nila sa buhay. Trabaho. It's only the largest employer of government is yung mga congressman, governor, mayors. Trabaho, pagkain. Then the roads. Then the water. Then kaya sila nakatutok sa barangay captain at mayor at governor. For all of their needs, actually, the poor, which constitute about 85% of this country, are really dependent on government people. Ito namang nasa gobyerno, they have to steal. They have to make money to sustain their partisan group in a society. Kaya ganun kung bakit magtanong, bakit ba dito? Sa Pilipinas, patayan. In other nations, some vote, some don't, and no big deal. That is the reason why. Because we have kept our country in eternal poverty. Kasi, namimili, and those elected really take care of the elite. Maliliman lang yan. And this elite, they want to chart the history of our country in their eyes, in their mind. Yung iba naman pumapalag. Now, I'm testing really the waters sa radicalism. As if I am irreverent, but it's not really true. I pray to God always. Baka patayin ako itong dalawan to, mga gago. For safety, sinasadya ko yan. Lalo na yung inanala. Because in this country, yung mga probinsyano, hindi ko naman, I'm not trying to equate myself with you or identify myself with you, but they want it prim and proper. They control the media, they control television and all. And they want to do governance in accordance with their interest. That's how it is. Noon pa ganun talaga ang... Ngayon, bakit ako tumakbo? I was ready to retire. And I gave you 3 reasons. And I said, I have a very serious in the family. Second is that I'm old. Third, I do not have the money. Kaya noong October 16, I was not there to file a certificate of candidacy. I never show up in Manila. Sa Davao lang ko, sabi ko, look guys, I've been telling you, ayaw ko maging presidente. Bakit ba ako karaming, Manila guys, mamili ka by the thousands. Why are you insisting on me? Yung iba mga taga-Maynila. But for those, well, of course, the well-to-do in Davao, sabi nila na, pagka yun ang line-up of the national horizon, we are in trouble. Sabi ko, ayaw ko. It was only in yung 10 of, November? Sa substitution, December, sa substitution. Na sinadya talaga nila dito to reserve yung si Captain Dino, Kapitan, na mag-reserve talaga na siya because they thought that they could, by that time, really, not really force, but convince me to run. Now, in the meantime that I was waiting for the parties to announce and the candidates, we were already talking about the problems of our country. And for the life of me, wala akong narinig na tao nagsasalita about Mindanao, the most critical issue sa ating bayan. Else, we might end up with a new reconfiguration of the flag. And tell me why. And if you listen very carefully, you'd understand. In 1521, the first colonizers, the imperialists, landed in Leyte. Went down Magellan, planted the flag of the Kingdom of Spain, and proclaimed, I would call all these islands in the name of the King of Spain. So it will be known as the Philippines, to honor King Philip. And tapos sabi niya, I will now bring into this island the faith of Christianity. Well, I do not have any quarrel with religions. For after all, it moves down to our values in life. Ang problema, when he went around, he was using gunpowder, which for the first time was very alien to the natives, yung mga tatay natin. And so when they first heard of the explosions, talagang everybody was shaking because this guy who is white has a weapon that can really kill us from a distance. And even the muskets, the rifle of the times. Pakapatay ka ng tao na malayo. So the natives were really no match. Yung mga lolo natin. And one day, they found ourselves, our fathers, looking, may mga puti, nag-a-announce na kanila ito and we have to pay our due and respect to the Kingdom of Spain. And they sat there for 400 years. And they enjoyed the fat of the land. And there was this war between the Spaniards and the Americans. And Admiral Dewey, in whose name Dewey Bolivar's name, smashed the Spanish Armada dyan sa Manila Bay. And so by the Treaty of Paris, ending that war, the Philippines was ceded to the Americans as if we were chattels, the population. Masakit yan. So we had the Americans. And again, they took advantage of the land. 50 years. Enjoyed again the fat of the land. The best mahogany, lahat na. Don't ever think that when the Filipinos came into lag in this country, all the beautiful woods now, wala na. It's almost extinct. Tindalo, Giho, those were na hindi makain ng anay. Believe me. Those are really hard as hard. If at all, I don't know if you still can count them by the number of your fingers, the trees still standing in our forest. So yan ang ano ko. we were colonized, and the Spaniards and the Americans created the troubles of our country. It was because of imperialism, because they went as far as Mindanao to look for new territories. Mindanao was not really a part of the original lands taken by the Spaniards. Kasi if at all, a few Muslims here, Moro and some, our forefathers never had that religion that prays to God before. Sometimes we do it in front of a cross. Ay ang atin mga minuno, wala man silang santo. Santo Paulo, St. James, Santo Rodrigo, wala yun. So little by little, they learn about Christianity. I don't have nothing against religion. Religion is also values. Sometimes we forget. Ang problema nito is just like the Middle East, which was carved out from the chart of the Americans, the British, and the French. Look at what happened to colonialism. They're paying for it. War, they brought it to their lands. They are not being invaded. Sila mismo created the problem. In the spirit of libertarian and humanity, sige, pasok kayo. Not knowing na yung pumapasok dyan, also know their history and how they were colonized at ang oil nila for so many centuries were controlled by the Western powers and even the pricing. So Britain got rich sa industrialization, America and all. And the countries in the Middle East divided. Puro Arab yan eh. Pinakialaman nila, ayun, ganon. No, there's the Daesh or ISIS, sinusunog sila lahat doon. Those are the sad reality. Kaya ako talagang nagpana ako. I am not that, hindi ako ganun kabastos. Pero sinasadya ko yan because, whatever mabayaran sila, especially the writers, and there are a lot of them, they would really slant. And every statement that I make, they would always slant it. Sinasadya ko tuloy. Talagang minumura ko sila. And even the United States, nag-comment doon dito, guys, you are practicing how not to be a successful diplomat. For you sa foreign service, I was under English also, international law. It would be best just to keep your mouth shut. Like today, they add a comment to a very innocent narration of what actually happened in Davao. But they can twist it at ito naman mga cash, class crusaders, kasi binayaran, file ng kaso, file doon. Kaya ako nagalit. Kaya itong human rights naman, sabi ko, gunggong pala kayo. Gunggong naman talaga eh. I am a Filipino before anything else. I have that fundamental right to say what I want to say. Pagka sinabi kong ganon, at I was just narrating what happened, they took it to mean that I was joking. I was not joking. Alam mo kasi, politika ngayon. There's an affidavit circulating about a Moro lady na hinulog ko sa helicopter daw. Wala man akong hinulog na helicopter na Moro woman. Swimming pool siguro, tinutulak kita. But why should I throw you out of the helicopter? May nahulog, 3, pero they decided to jump without the parasol. They let them. Wala ang pakialam. Gusto mo tumalon ka. Ayan, totoo. Pero I never really pushed out a lady there. You know how politics is. They the establishment. Basta yung gusto kanila, gusto ka pag ayaw ka, and if you are not a member of the ruling elite, stay out. Well, that is why sabi ko, gusto ninyo. They will hear. But if I become president, I'd be prim and proper. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Rodrigo Duterte, your president, and I'd like everybody to stop hissing, and I want quiet and silence as I talk here before the Filipino people. No, kung pagalitin, no. What gets my goat? Yung abuso ng gobyerno. Ayun. Yung nasabi ko, mauna kayo. If you are into drugs, into crime, mauna talaga kayo. Kung may taga-Davao dito, alam nila. Basta pumasok ka nandoon, 3 policemen. Sabi ko, huwag kayong maglaro niyan. And they died. Meron doong police na kidnap, and he died. Ay, sabi ko, huwag dito, because hirap na nga tayo. I have more than enough problems to solve for this city. And it was a no man's land noon. We don't want to go about 7 sarado na. And I was a prosecutor, but my job was very limited to, I was doing trial work for the government. Wala akong magawa, except from a distance, advising the police and the military from time to time. Yun. Now, itong problema na ito sa Mindanao, Cory Aquino tried to solve it with Normi Suarez. And so there was this agreement known as the Tripoli Agreement, kayong mga foreign service. Right? It's known as a Tripoli Agreement that was supposed to take care of the problem. Ang problema, pagka Maynila talaga, problem, wala talaga mangyari. Hindi na alam na historically, ang mga Maranao and some of the Maguindanao Moro tribes, Sunni. Yung iba, Shiite. Hulo is Shiite. Before we came, as a matter of fact, hindi pa tayo, we're still part of the atomic particles of planet Earth. May away na yan siya, just like what's happening in the Middle East. Sunni and Shiite. Nag-aaway yan. So when they foisted Miss Suarez to be the top honcho of Mindanao, you would notice, little by little, the Maguindanao-Maranao block slowly peeled off and formed their own MILF, as Miss Suarez, MNLF. Ganon. Kasi either dyan sa daw, ayaw magpa-under yan. And left alone, magpatayan yan. Maniwala ka. You'd rather have a Christian leader where they can work with comfortably. Yan ang sekreto dyan. Not now. Not now. But over the years, we had SPCPD, ARM, and all sorts of agreement. Anong nangyari? Gulo. Because ang mga Moro wants to have Mindanao for their own. And rightly so. Because I said they belong to a sultanate differently from the rest of the Visayas and Mindanao. And we're already Islam. Yan ang problema. So, this administration had this BBL. And the president, it's not really his fault, convinced the Maguindanaoans, MI, Murad, that they will have it before the elections. Also what happened? Gidribble lang nila. They dribbled it. And it's now election time. We are nearing the end game. And there is no BBL. And you must remember that Murad said, if you do not give me the BBL, I will go to war. And si Presidente also replied, I don't know, but I would not rather, paalis na rin siya. And he said, if you do not give to Murad the BBL, you might as well start to count body bags. And Dele said, there will be violence in Mindanao. Ako, taga Mindanao. And if there is war, it will be Mindanao ang battlefront. Doon kami magpatayan for a document which we never had any participation at all. Kaya pinuntahan ko si Japar, si Murad wala, and the Central Committee of the MILF. Sinabi ko sa kanya, do not start to spin a violence here which you cannot stop on time. Kaya sabi ko, kung ako ang mapresidente, per chance, either patayin mo ako o patayin kita. Because I have to swear to the Filipino flag that I would keep the integrity of this republic as one, and that I have to provide, including the Moro people who do not want it, protection for everybody. That is the duty of a president. Sabi, my mother is a half Maranao, half Chinese. Ang lolo ko, Chinese, from Xiamen. Many years ago, may asawa siya doon. Pumunta dito yung buang, nag-asawa ulit, yung lola ko. Now, yung anak ko, yung vice mayor, also being vilified now, nag-smuggling daw, is really the vice mayor of Davao. He married a Moro lady, a Maranao mother and a Tausug father. So I have a line in my family na puro Moro. Kasi sabi ko, what do you want me to do? Shoot the Moro or shoot the Christian? So if there's anybody most interested to have peace in Mindanao, ako. Torn between two lovers ako. I love the Moro because my lola is a Maranao. Now, tinatanong niya ako, anong tribo ni Duterte? Bakit masama ang bunganga niyan? Well, we trace our pedigree sa papa. So my father came from Cebu. So kung magtanong kayo, anong tribo mo, Duterte? Cebuano. Nakatira ka ba doon? Hindi. Bakasyon lang. May kilala ka sa Davao? Wala rin. Kasi nakatira ako sa Davao. Doon ako lumaki. Pero kami doon sa Visayas, we grew up in a neighborhood. Mix kami lahat. No tribe can claim dominance there. Marunong kami mag-Ilocano, I can understand Ilocano. Mga bata kami noon. Nagsasalita na kami ng Ilocano noon. But Ilonggo, Baulente nga, kaisi nga mag-learn ka sa Ilonggo. Tutuduhin mo ng accent mo na pabagsak. So gano'n, may problema kami. But I have yet to hear itong mga politika after the filing of the certificate of candidate. I was hoping that somebody, a better set of the gray matter between their ears, natatakbo. Wala yan. That was one idea. We were in a quandary now. Anong gawain nito? Kasi, in fairness, hindi naman ako nag-ano kay Jojo. I'm just quoting him. Kami sa Makati, kami Makati. Ang Pilipinas, paano? No, I'm not. I'm saying what I hear, and I'm probably in all, narinig ninyo yan. Ganoon talaga. Ako sa Makati, ito ginawa ko sa Makati. Ang problema ang Makati, puro simento. Ang Mindanao, gubat, kakagpiring kami siya nga ito, bababababab. Hindi, kapatay ng civilian na damo, ang patay nga ito, Ganoon yan eh. Ito naman, si Rukas. No, this is not the time, out of respect to the institution. I will not. I was just quoting, kasi binibigyan ko kayo ng idea, gaano kasi problema namin. At ito lang kayo mo. Rojas, I would say that he is the weakest link to governance. He is really. We're better off. Alam mo kasi ganito yan. I said, I've been mayor for 22 years. But my God, I've always took care of my name. Kasi, abogado ako. I was a prosecutor. And added to that, I was also designated special prosecutors for the Tanod Bayan, which is the predecessor of the ombudsman now. That was the time of Marcos. I was going around Mindanao prosecuting people for getting the money or into their pockets. I secured the conviction of 4 mayors, mga 6 na auditors and treasurers, a mix. Kaya nung ako na mayor, not because the opportunity, but sabi ko, please, I will find myself someday facing also a prosecutor sa ombudsman. Mahirap yan. Simple living. I don't go for bad things. Why? Because I never tasted it. And for the first time na lumabas ako ng country, when I was a congressman. I had completed 3 terms, then run for congressman because I could not run for the 4th time. And it was only that time that nakita ko yung Amerika, pangit. China, well, at talaga doon, pasok ka sa, this is stupid. We were going to South America, a interparliamentary visits. Pumunta ako doon because ang port of sa ginagamit South America, New York and Florida. Pupunta ka muna ng New York, Florida bago ka makasakay papao. Papunta ako sa labas. I was using a diplomatic passport. I was a congressman. Pero there were the travel authority issued by the speaker. Pagdating sa Argentina, kinuha yung sulat. Dinawala doon sa passport. So I had to get back to America to go home to walang flight from South America diretso. We have to go to America. Alam mo itong American black immigration. Kalabas lang ako, tinawag niya ako. Sabi niya na, what's your passport? Binigyan ko. Where's this document of travel? I go, the Brazilian took it. Sabi niya, you should not use. Nalikturan ako ng gago. Kabobo naman itong Amerika. Sabi ko, what can I do? I have to pass here because I'm going home. I'm not going to stay here. I don't like to stay here because of you. Where's your supervisor? I'd like to talk to your supervisor. Di lang yung puti. Sabi ko, what's happening to this guy? What's he bothered about authority? I am passing by, ako, via Philippines. Lalabas ka ng LA. Nag-layover lang ako ng 6 hours do. Oh my God. Pero punta ka ng China. Among Asians, you're very courteous. Magbabaw ka. Itong mga puti, because, if I may take a little bit of your time, America has a bruised soul. It's not really wounded. America is terribly galit sila sa terrorism, which they brought it upon themselves. Tapos, they are so, parang takot, basta everywhere there's a small flicker even of terrorism, pumunta over the world. Ako naman, we're happy that somebody is taking care of that. But sometimes, kagaya niyang posturing natin, you join war exercises there. Sinong pinatapatamaan mo? Di yung China. Kaya tsuro yung China, galit, nag-hard stand. Ako we are allied with the West. I admit that. And the Americans, probably the Australians and Japan, want to deal with the Chinese on a round table, multilateral. China does not want it. They want bilateral. Sabi ko, we are allied with the Americans and the rest, and we'll give it time to happen. But after 2-3 years, if it is still in still waters, nothing is moving, there is no wind to sail us, I will talk to the Chinese. And my deal is that you have always been insisting on the ownership of that piece of water there. You know, that is ours. It belongs to our economic zone, exclusive. Why are you building something there in our area? But if you just stop yakking about the ownership and we talk about trade and commerce, I will sit down with you and talk. We can have a joint exploration, John, if there is really a matter of gas or oil. Sabihin ko sa kanila na, we can have a joint exploration. If I cannot come up with the hardware, kasi mahirap lang kami, then we could provide the warm bodies. But let us agree on a sharing. I am only good if I'm president for 6 years. I will not promise you something which I cannot accomplish. But right at the start, kung wala talaga, sabihin ko, just give us a railway in Mindanao. I have yet, a third world country, rise to progress and development na walang railway. So I will ask for a railway or around Mindanao, a railway from Manila to Bicol, a railway, yung maganda, Manila to Batangas, okay na ako. Babay na kayo lahat. That's my contribution to my country. But of course, we must always adopt a neutral stand. We cannot afford a war with China. It would be pure massacre. We only have 2 modern M50s. Dalawa. We wasted our money on that jet armed fighter. Hindi natin kailangan yan. Kasi to whom shall we fight with? With 2 jets? Arrayed against us in front of that Spratly is China with 3,000 MiG fighters. It will be a massacre. I will never agree for us to join the war there. Kasi ubos ang Pilipino. I will not sacrifice the lives of Filipinos there. Bahala kayo but wage the war outside of my country. Because if we join a venture or an adventure or a misadventure, the battleground would be Palawan and the rest of our islands on the western side. So who wants war? Ang hirap-hirap ng natin eh. I want mobility. I want to improve the country. El Nino is creeping all throughout the Republic of the Philippines. Soils are cracked. At yung mga farm implements, they waited for election time bago nila distribute in the provinces. When the soil is already arid and there is no moisture at all. Now, if that El Nino would last more than 6 months, we are in trouble. Now, it behooves upon the president, sana sila na lang, wag ako, you have to provide food that is available and food that is affordable. So kung may pera ka naman, if the economy improves, wala ka namang makita, o may makita ka, hindi kaya ng masa, patay. And that is a serious problem again. So yan ang problema natin. I've yet to see somebody talk about drugs. Talagang galit ako sa drugs. Forget the laws of men. Kalimutan mo muna yung revised penal code. Kalimutan mo yung mga fiscal judge. Let us go by the divine equation of justice, karma, in this planet. What gave you the right to cook shabu? Sell it to my daughter and son and destroy his life forever. Who gave you the right to destroy my daughter or son? Anong ginawa namin? What are our sins? Anong astrato nun? Then doon sa San Pablo, Lucena, I was ranting against the rape of yung mga bata. You know, mga adik, they rape women, old women, grandmothers, wives, they defile the body and they just kill them. Masabi ko, ang nanay pa, anong nagawa ko? Kalimutan mo muna yung revise, kalimutan mo yung police, pati military. Anong nagawa ko sa iyo? Bakit ganunin mo ako? Ang tatay, may kasalanan sa iyo. Ang nanay, anong ginawa niya sa iyo? Eh so bakit ganun? Para magkaintindihan tayo, we go to the basic muna. Huwag na muna yung police. Police dito sa Manila, including PDEA. PDEA will be disbanded if I become president. It is contaminated also. Ganun lang ako, Mayor, but I've been mayor for 22 years. I was the first one to point out to dilemma that there is shabu being cooked inside. It took her 6 months to act on it. I was testifying in the Senate, and when Enrile said, do you know David Bangayan? Oh, yes. So bakit mo alam? I got it from the intelligence community. Because when Inares asked me to help in the investigation of smuggling, kung anak ko smuggler, bakit ako ibigay niya sa akin? Sabi niya, Rudy, tulungan mo kami dito, si Presidente. Of course, I'll do it for my country. So smelling around. Nobody from Davao to Manila knew Bangayan. Came a Coast Guard, Navy, lahat. Yung Marina, Customs, Immigration, walang alam. So punta ako noon sa Aguinaldo. I said, I've been mayor for 20 years. Lahat dyan dumaan na ng Mindanao. So, give me, Sabi pa ng mga buwan, sir, wala yan. Sir. Don't. Ibigay mo sa akin kaya mag-testify ako. In the afternoon, dumating yung envelope. Kaya sabi ko kay Enrile, tinanong niya ako, anong gawin mo kung makita mo si mga yan smuggling rice? In Davao siya, papatayin ko. Nag-react si Dilima, idibanda daw niya ako for threatening just because she was there. Alam mo, sabi ko, ma'am, abogado man tayong dalawa. The only entity, or if at all, anybody there, sa mga senador, sila lang ang pwedeng mag-question sa akin. It's only the Senate, nobody else, or the member. Nasabi ko, magbalik ka sa logbooks mo. Kung nag-aral siya ng law sa Lyceum, di, mas bright siya ngayon. Ayan ang problema. No, si Tens ito, ng mga grandstanding, they want to just shine. That is why they ride on my... Marami pang dadating. Marami pang... nawala ka. Pasakayin ko talaga sila. But I assure you, being a graduate of Lyceum, talagang mabait ako. Now, I will end up, I'm not into the habit of saying, botohan ninyo ako kasi ako si Duterte. Magaling ako na abogado. Kala mo siya lang rin. Ako, ganito, ako at yung pera ng tao, hindi talaga manakaw yan. Hindi manakaw yan kasi nabulsa ko yan dito. Ako ang bahala. I'll end up by saying, can Binay, well, Binay can talk about drugs, criminality, but I look you into your eyes at siya mo sa akin ang totoo. Can he talk about corruption? Kung presidente siya, how will he convince people to straight so that money will not be lost? Can I talk about corruption? Ito si Mar. Lang muna yan. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you the contrast. Pero ayaw ko I will not, I have to go kasi baka mamura ko pa yung murahan na lang. I said out of indifference to a learning institution which really I love. I'd like to thank the family of the Laurels for, being parang close na rin ako. And I would like to see another speaker, Jose B. Laurel, whoever dyan sa kanila. Alam mo ganito yan. Mahirap lang kami. I have to tell you this to show how much my gratitude is to the family. Noon, pag ano ka ng ice plant, pati yung electric, ice public utilities, yung water, you have to get a congressional franchise. Ang tatay ko, of course, he wanted to also provide out of siguro awa na naghanap siya ng negosyo, ice plant. But you have to get a permit. So my father explored the possibility of, nakausap niya si Speaker Laurel. Tapos, balik-balik siya dito, yung nag-grant na ang franchise. Pumunta ang tatay ko sa opisina niya, diyan sa Congress noon. At sabi niya, Mr. Speaker, maraming salamat po. Ha? So tinapik niya ang tatay. Sabi niya, just add it to our friendship. Yun ang sagot ni Speaker. At maliit pa ako. Narinig ko yung nag-plagiarize ako. So ngayon ako dagdag po yan sa pagkakaibigan natin. Hindi yan akin, kaping lang yan. Sanay ako magkape since kindergarten. So, yun that has kept me within the loving reigns of the Laurels. I'd like to thank you, the faculty, school, the graduate, to whom this moment rightfully belongs. It's going to be a hard life. The only thing that can we really do is for you to strive so that we can raise people to the middle class. Alam mo, ang middle class in a society ngayon, the fulcrum, yung dito, is really the middle class all around the world. But dito ngayon sa Philippines, ang fulcrum, ang gobyerno. So, that's why politics is so messy. But by the grace of God, lalo na kayo, di yung mag-graduate ng Lyceum, take care of the younger generation. Ako, I'm doing my part. Talagang sinisira nila. Andito sa Maynila, kidnapin yung mga Chinese, kunan ng ransom, pagkatapos wala na pala, patay na. Those are the things that I cannot, di ko talaga, mabubuang ako. Just like yung sa Davao incident, nakita ko yung patay, nagmura ako, which I used slang. Slang, hindi idiom, slang talaga yan. Mabuti pa ito. Hindi na nagbayad, siya pang unang kumain. Ganun nga pagkano. Ito mabuti pa ito, kapangit-pangit, ang ganda-ganda ng asawa niya. Actually, putang ina to. That was hindi, ganun yan. I was using that word. I'm sorry, but ang ginamit ko, hindi mga to, imbis yung mayor. That was like I said it. I was not joking. I was narrating exactly the words I uttered. So, why I'm now, well, anyway. But hindi ako summa cum laude, hindi ako cum laude, o magna cum laude, hindi ako honor student. Tignan mo yung grade ko sa 78, kay may professor kami noon, si Rosalinda Terona. She was teaching us geopolitics. Akala kasi ng mga buang kalaban ko, sabihin ko, galing ako Lyceum. Kumuha ako ng foreign service, pati AB ako doon, political science. Mahusay ang natutunan ko dito sa 2H. Huwag ninyo akong maglaban sila. Akala kasi na't probinsyano ako Diyan kaya talaga mo, kasi hindi na alam siguro from where of I stand. Hindi mo ako maluko sa buhay. Ikaw ang laruan ko doon pero kayong second debate, magpatalo na lang ako. Sabi ko, I cannot understand. Kasi pinaris ako, po Duterte, tapos Santiago Duterte. Nilayo ako doon sa dalawang ugok. Kung kasama ko mga babae, ako ang magtanong, I'd rather not. Sabihin ko na. Pero, will it be proper? I don't know. It would not be. But I relate it to them. Yung kami ni Podat, may gusto akong sabihin, pero it would leave a bad taste in the mouth, maybe. But, so, I end up with a note of optimism that I would live long enough to be the graduate speaker in 1990. I'm now 2090 rather. I'm now 71. Siguro may mga ilang taon pa. Paugod-ugod na, but I can still give you some vignettes in life that would be helpful to you. Maraming salamat po.
Graduates, please be seated.